What up, YouTube? Here with a post-fight video to last night's Undisputed Women's Lightweight title bout between the undefeated defending Undisputed Lightweight Champion Katie Taylor taking on the undefeated veteran Featherweight Women's Champion Amanda Serrano in front of over 19,000 people, sold out at the Madison Square Garden in New York. And, with a attendance like that, this is huge for not only women's boxing, not only for the sport of boxing, but sports period. This is a good sign for sports period for, these two pound for pound queens fighting for the undisputed title. For it's revolutionary. That's what I could say. This is the biggest fight in women's boxing history by far, and their performances last night didn't disappoint either. They put on a hell of a fight. I'll say one of the more thrilling fights this year so far. One of the most entertaining fights so far I've seen this year for 2022. And before I give y'all my post-fight opinions and, break down how the fight went between these two champions, I'm going to tell y'all the results to kick this video off. Katie Taylor remains undefeated and retains her lightweight titles. She won via split decision. I personally had the fight score in favor of Amanda Serrano. I scored at 96 and 94. I thought she fought the better fight and landed the more effective punches. And, she just fought a better fight. It was a close fight. A lot of people thought it was controversial. A lot of people are split, just like how the judges was, on who they thought won the fight. But like I said, I thought, Amanda Serrano landed the more effective shots and put in more work to win this fight. And I think an immediate rematch between these two champions is absolutely necessary. I think they're going to get the same reception over there in England. I know Katie Taylor is Irish, but they had this fight last night in New York at MSG, at the Mecca of sports. This fight had huge, groundbreaking, implications to it. I don't think any women's sporting event or any sporting event where two women were headlining were sold out at the Mecca of sports like MSG. And I think, if they were to have the rematch at Katie Taylor's backyard, because Amanda Serrano, she's from New York, their first fight was competed in Amanda Serrano's backyard. I think the rematch should be, regardless of the fact that the decision is questionable. Katie Taylor won the fight still, so I think, Amanda Serrano should go overseas this time for the rematch and have the fight in England. I know Katie Taylor is Irish, but she has majority of her fights at England, and we all know as boxing fans, England is more enthusiastic about the sport of boxing than America. And I think they're going to get the same kind of turnout, a sold-out crowd at the O2 or somewhere like that in England. I think, a lot of people are going to show out for the rematch between Serrano and Taylor the same way how they showed out at MSG. If they were to throw the rematch at England. And that just, my promoter side of ways of thinking, throwing that idea out there. But anyways, let me get to the breakdown and give y'all the analysis of how this fight went. Katie Taylor, she was fighting off the back foot. Amanda Serrano was the aggressor. Katie Taylor was trying to, outbox her and, maneuver and box circles around her. But I made a prediction to this fight on the latest episode of Talk Boxing, and I was picking Katie Taylor to win by outpointing Amanda Serrano. I was saying, unanimous decision. From the tapes I seen, I thought Amanda Serrano doesn't really throw combos like that, and she tends to, drop her hands a lot. And I thought Katie Taylor, being the sharp counterpuncher that she is, she was going to, counterpunch Amanda Serrano and time her as she's throwing shots one by one. But that wasn't the case. Katie Taylor, her defense, from what I've seen, her last fight versus Natasha something, I forget her last name, Katie Taylor's last opponent, it showed during Katie Taylor's rise to becoming undisputed champion, being the pound for pound queen that she is right now. Her defense was very well rounded and solid, and damn near impeccable. But now it's she's 35 years old, and I don't know if it's age showing, but with age your reflexes start to slow down a little more, and as of lately, including this fight versus Serrano, she's been showing that she's more hittable to her opponents, and it showed in this fight. She was fighting off her back foot, but Serrano was able to cut off the ring and catch her with some solid shots. Her lead jab and that straight left coming from the southpaw stance, and once Serrano would connect, she would follow it up with punches and bunches, and Katie Taylor would be in trouble, especially when she was held back against the ropes or the corner. But much credit to Katie Taylor, because she hung in there and swung back. Not too smart on her part. I don't know if it was a way of her showing that she got heart and she could bang it out with a more of a power puncher like Amanda Serrano. But the power difference in these females' hands showed in this fight. Katie Taylor, I would say after during the mid rounds, it was all Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano would have Katie Taylor dazed during their brawl throughout the mid rounds. Whether it was in the center of the ring, when Katie Taylor would fight back while her back was against the ropes, and the brawl would continue in the center of the ring. But Amanda Serrano would catch Taylor during the midst of the brawl with some good shots, and they would buckle Katie Taylor's knee a couple of times. And Katie Taylor, instead of trying to get her momentum back, I don't know if that's just her instincts, because she don't maybe have her legs up under her after feeling the effects of Serrano's power shots. She, instead of backpedaling and utilizing the movement, she decided to I guess stand there square and punch it out with Amanda Serrano. But as the rounds went on, she started to gain her composure back, started moving more frequently and more elusively, moving backwards and fighting off her back foot and moving laterally, utilizing her movements and punching over the top of Amanda Serrano's attacks. But yeah, the later rounds is when Katie Taylor started to mark her comebacks and started landing more efficient and cleaner shots during the exchange between the two fighters. Like I said, I personally had the fight score 96 and 94 in favor of Amanda Serrano. I think Serrano had more moments in this fight, and just outworked her, and throughout the whole fight landed the more damaging, effective punches. And I thought she did enough to secure the W, but that's not how the judges saw it. It was a split decision, which means one of the judges had it for Amanda Serrano, but the other two judges had it in favor of Katie Taylor. So that goes to show you how close the fight was. And whoever was watching, whether you was there live in person or watching at home or wherever you watch this fight at, the fight that these two ladies put on, you couldn't have been disappointed because they put on a thrilling, entertaining bout last night. So my hats off and big shout outs to both of these champions. And y'all let me know what y'all comments are, who y'all thought won the fight, because it was a close fight. Y'all let me know how y'all saw it. If y'all got a video talking about how this fight went, I would like to hear y'all opinions as well, other than the comment. If y'all got videos, I'll be more than glad to check it out. So, let me know if y'all got videos talking about boxing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll tap into y'all channels. Yeah, but that does it for this post-fight video. Y'all, comment, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Y'all already know. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.